this out.
I don't know what it is, but it don't look normal.
This is some pretty amazing UFO footage. We have this thing here. We have a guy commenting. He doesn't know what it is. Zoomed in shots we're looking at. I mean, this looks like your typical metallic flying saucer back from the 50s. It appears to possibly be spinning, and I'm going to show you some other flying saucer footage. It's going to blow your mind here in a minute. So, did you see it? Let me know down in the comments below. This thing looks super alien to me, and I have no idea what we are looking at here, so tell me what you think. And while looking at this, and we discussed this in the live stream, was the story and video where the news report came out of what looked like another flying saucer that dropped a ball of something. This is where you guys were making me crack up in the live stream every time I said the word strange balls. I couldn't keep a straight face. I can't even now, but this UFO flying saucer like object, whatever you want to call it, it dropped something. And the article stated that they didn't know what it was over Peru. Here's images you're seeing. Again, we talked about this in the live stream of them inspecting the object. And one user emailed me after the live stream and was like, hey man, some of these saucer like objects are powered via, anti-gravity, have plasma fields or shields around them, and what these balls that you will sometimes see them dropping are basically the waste or byproduct of that plasma technology or whatever you want to call it. So you can see them here inspecting it, but it looks very similar to what we're seeing above Chicago, just captured this past month. But yeah, guys, go ahead and check out that live stream. It was a good bit of fun, and we reviewed a lot of cool UFO footage. And so, all right, yeah, guys. So I don't know. Balloon, I'm not so sure. The way this thing is stopping on a dime in midair and then changing directions, and then at the very end, jetting off in one direction. Like the wind is that crazy that it's making it move up, down, left, right, and then it just stops. And yeah, apparently this obvious flying saucer was captured over China. Don't know if it's real or not, but we're going all out flying saucers here today. And here we have a glowing circular or oval object moving slowly through the sky. Weird. Almost moved like a jellyfish would in the water, just kind of swaying up and down. What do you guys think about this? Very, very enigmatic, very anomalous. Very anomalous. That's my word. Okay, on to another spectacular piece of footage. I don't have any background on this. I just get footage sent in to me by viewers, and I explain that in the live stream. And so, check this out. Another possible flying saucer that does something very amazing at the end. All right, man. So, again, guys, hey, I'm just the messenger. You tell me what you think. I don't want to influence you in any way. That's not my bag. Me a like on this video, and be sure to subscribe, guys. Hit the notification bell and then click that you want all notifications, or otherwise YouTube will not tell you when I have a video out. And so, yeah, these saucers are coming back. We have seen them throughout the years, throwing some vintage photos your way right now. These things have been caught from moving cars, like you're seeing here out the window, outside homes in various places across the country, across the world, from the 1920s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. Earlier this month, there were several news stories about something massive way out in deep space that was so massive, in fact, that it blocked out the light of a star for more than 6 months straight. So there were a ton of news stories. What is this giant, massive mystery object in space that blocked out the light of a star for almost 6 months? And apparently this has happened many times and is happening again, but one of the more detailed profiles on this phenomenon is when it happened back in 2012. So back in 2012, a mystery object out in space blocked most of the light coming from a distant star in our galaxy named VVV-WIT-08. The star was dim for over 200 days before finally becoming visible again. The weird phenomenon has not been observed since. However, new data is coming in, and I'll post a future video this week on this because I haven't got all the details yet. But nothing we've seen before like this, where a star has been blocked for 6 months straight. We've had mystery objects block light from a distant star for maybe a day, maybe 2 or 3 days, maybe a half a day, like just something massive is moving past it. And it leaves astronomers totally without answers, and they will even say so. I've done many videos of what look like giant spacecraft out in space, captured on telescopes, what have you. We also talked in the live stream about the Oumuamua object. If you guys remember, a couple of years back, there was this really strange, anomalous asteroid, in quotations, as NASA called it, that came into our neighborhood from interstellar space. It wasn't even from our solar system, and it was the first asteroid of its kind that we had ever seen. You know why it was the first of its kind? Because the damn thing was shaped like a pencil. We have never seen an asteroid perfectly shaped like a long cylinder or a pencil, and that's what this asteroid, that's what NASA came out with, like the image here, where they rendered it three-dimensionally into what looks like an asteroid. However, it most likely looked something like this here. NASA did at least admit that the object was emitting signs that it had a very high metallic content, and that it wasn't from our neighborhood. We've never seen anything like it before. It was displaying artificial properties, almost as if it was using the sun's gravity and the other planets to slingshot itself back out into interstellar space, which is exactly what Oumuamua did. But as I said in the live stream, the thing could have just parked itself behind Saturn or Jupiter, for all we know. I mean, of course NASA's going to say it just moved right out of the solar system, and give us these 3D renderings of a pencil-shaped, they called it a needle-shaped or pencil-shaped, and then they give us this asteroid rendering here. Or they've been told not to tell. Also, in breaking news, we star for 6 months straight. Scientists still don't know, or they won't tell, or they've been told not to tell. Also, in breaking news, we have an object, a very large object, that NASA is calling a comet, kind of like they called Oumuamua an asteroid. And so we have this massive celestial visitor that is of a size that we've never seen before. This thing they're calling a comet is about the size of Ohio from end to end. And so the article states here, one of the articles, quote, "From mysterious interstellar objects like Oumuamua to several not-so-unique space rocks, a plethora of heavenly objects constantly visit our celestial backyard." That is the solar system. While many of them are missed by residents of Earth due to their sheer numbers and the vast distance between, some notable bodies still manage to catch our eye from time to time.
Touch them. Look, make sure the scissors are good. Make sure the key is good. Oh, they're good. Just get them crazy. You can see they're magnetic because they stick to it. It's freaking insane. There's just one. Oh wait, we forgot about this one. Okay. Hold on. What else did we have? Didn't we just have a key? Oh, the scissors. What's wrong with me? Come feel it. It has a pull. It pulls. Like you felt it. When you take it off and you go to put it on, you can't feel nothing. Come feel it. It has a pull. It pulls. Like you felt it.
See that? Enough, and I'm like, okay, that's basically a confirmation. But when you get to this up here in just a minute, I will point this out. This looks like a backwards 3, and this looks like a hook. See that? Some of you know what I'm talking about. And let's keep going, because we've got some new information to get to. Now they'd probably say this is the shin, but again, we're not going there today. Where we're going is, look at this picture here. Okay, now look at the words. Black leather magnetic Teflon. Black leather magnetic Teflon. Black leather magnetic Teflon. So there is magnetics associated to this Teflon thing, which I find fascinating. Okay. And of course, if you know anything about the scripture of the building of the temple and of the building of the Holy of Holies, it's not surprising to find out that this is 44 millimeters in width, height, and depth. Okay, cube. Now we're gonna move on through this pretty quick, because I really got something else I want to get to that you're gonna find fascinating. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on to this that I really want to show you. Although I'm going to stop here for a second. Make sure you understand that what the Teflon has in it, it is supposedly made out of leather, and then it has inside scrolls. So similar to the Ark of the Covenant, okay, that had the 10 Commandments in the Ark of the Covenant, right? Okay. And here we have this thing with scrolls inside of it, and then they're wearing it on their forehead. So I don't know if all of them know why they're wearing it on their forehead and how the placement is associated with the Holy of Holies in the hand or not. You would think. But if you go and read about these things, which I've read all of this stuff, okay, there is nothing in here that talks about why it's on the head and relates it to the Holy of Holies. I highlighted this, and I will mention this real quick. It says that this cube is fashioned from a single piece of hide. And if you take a single piece of hide and you cut it out in a fashion that way when you folded it up, it made a cube. Well, if you unfold it as you're cutting it out or whatever, it would actually be the shape of a cross. Okay, not an X, but a cross. And I find that kind of fascinating. And I wanted to show you this. It was interesting that this is one that is an old one or whatever, but it has a, for whatever reason, reason, it has an X inscribed inside of it. And we know what that X means, right? Same thing as what the cube is, okay? But let's keep going here. That is, well, again, I'm not going to get too much into this because I want to show you something else, okay? Let's see here. Okay, here we go. Okay, so they say it is not, that nobody's magnetic, right? Well, they know that they're magnetic, and they know why it is, and I'm getting ready to show you exactly that. It's called magnetofection, okay? It's called magnetofection, okay? Magnetic nanoparticles, okay? And this imagery here will help you get the idea a lot better. These are cotton spores, or cotton eggs, you might say. Not eggs, seeds, okay? Well, egg, seed, whatever. And these seeds have what they've got labeled here is apertures in them, little openings, okay, in the seeds. And what they've come to figure out is that if they take a magnetic nanoparticle, okay, made out of iron or something like that, something very magnetic, that they can attach to it. See all these little things sticking off over here? They can attach DNA to it, instructions for the development of whatever they're going to stick it in, and then take it. And step 2, pollen magnetofection, okay? So you got your cotton pollen, and you got the nano-size magnets with the mRNA on it, okay? And then they put it in with the cotton pollen, and it goes in through the what did they call it up here? The apertures, okay? The little holes, okay? In the seed. And once it gets inside the seed, it releases the DNA from its magnetic hold, okay? And then it passes, of course, like I said, it passes in through the apertures. And then, one more, should bring us down here. And then, of course, you can plant that seed, and then it grows and produces more seed, and then you can harvest that seed, and that seed will then be a transgenic cotton. Seed will then be a transgenic cotton, and that seed will then be a transgenic cotton. Geoengineered transgenic, like transgender, like the altering of the original code that the plant had. But this does not just apply to plants. They have been admitting all the way back since about 2000 that they are doing this in animals and humans, okay? To the point that it's admitted at this point in these studies that I'm going to show you in a minute that it's used in the UV industry, okay? You can see kind of what's happening here, okay? So let's go ahead and go here. Magnetofection delivers DNA in experimental malaria Right. That was from 2011. See the date down here. Kind of small probably for you, but, or for some of you, May 17th, 2011. Okay. It says today's drug delivery word of the day is magnetofection, which essentially is the use of magnetic fields to build up a concentration of magnetic nanoparticles, each containing nucleic acids, and guide them to target cells. Michael Berger writing in Guide Them to Target Cells. Michael Berger writing in